Boris Johnson on 3 in white. Outside yellow, Nicki Pedersen, 5 points. And how often have we had to say he needs to win to get into the semi-finals? Not often at all.
No, he's going to have to really show some character now. He has not been fast tonight. He has struggled with these conditions. He's going to have to really come up with a world-class performance here, because this race is far, far from easy. Adams is looking good. Bruni Holter a little bit up and down, but if he hits the front, we know how fast he can be. Johnson is battling hard. He's desperate for points also. So the world champion from gate 4, can he do it?
Well, if anybody can do it, he can do it. He is the world champion. He's a tough, uncompromising performer. And he will be out there, focused and determined. He's 17 in it. Has Pedersen made it off the outside? No, he's not.
Oh, he got a nudge from Adams there. No doubt about it. He may have looked for it a little bit, but certainly he got a nudge.
Well, with this referee, anything can happen.
Well, exactly. He could exclude all the other 3 and put Pedersen back in. But Pedersen will milk this a little bit. No doubt about it. He won't rush. You see it again. Adams is the one on the inside. Pedersen's trying to come across. He's made a great jump. He now starts to come across, and Adams is in front, and Pedersen just literally clips him. Big call.
He's just watching the monitor, the referee.
Very, very big call.
He is watching. What would you call, Kelv, here?
Well, the thing about it, on that angle we see there, you see Adams hit the world champion, and you could say that the referee could interpret it that he caused Pedersen to come off his bike. He does run a little bit wider. Oh, I think he's been slightly fortunate there, Lee Adams. If he puts all 4 back, he does roar across in front of him.
Well, they're saying all 4 riders back in, but it hasn't been announced to the crowd yet. This has not been announced to the crowd. And all 4 riders...
I just don't believe that the Polish referee would have the courage to exclude the world champion. Adams does drift off the line, there's no doubt about it. He gets there, he rides mid-track. And with the nature of the track here, with Pedersen trying to get across, you see how steep he is, and he runs into the back of him. I think a big call, and he's gone for all 4 back.
Well, I can tell you that the decision has been made, and all 4 riders back in for the rerun. We expected drama like this. Is that an unsatisfactory start? What is the situation in terms of refereeing decisions? I can tell you it's not all 4 back. The referee has excluded Lee Adams.
Well, I know where he's coming from. Adams is going to be furious here, because Adams has moved over, and he will interpret it that Adams has moved over and clouted Nicki Pedersen in the first corner. They won't believe it. He'll think that the world's against him here.
Well, the stadium announcer has just announced that Lee Adams is excluded. The fans are furious. The referee had about 3 or 4 looks at the incident, and nobody in this stadium agrees with that decision.
Well, it's quite a staggering one. I think when we initially heard that it was going to be all 4 back, I could just about understand that. But Lee Adams there on the inside, the only thing about that incident is that Adams has moved away from the inside and he's allowing the bike to run, but Nicki Pedersen does charge across him, no doubt about it.
Well, bottom line, you're in the lead. He probably didn't even know Nicki Pedersen was there.
Here. Can you tell me what I've done there? Pushed him out. He's got a... He can...
I'm sorry, I just can't see how he can exclude Lee Adams from that race.
He's clearly in the lead, and Nicki Pedersen's come across at a hectic angle and basically run out of steam.
Run this race with Greg Hancock. You can see clearly that if I didn't win it, that was a dead heat anyway. And that race, that was a normal first corner. I was in front. Mary, get some glasses. Please have a talk. No.
Well, I've got to say, I'm sorry. That is another mistake by the referee, and it's affected Lee Adams again. Earlier, there was a dead heat. We saw it. the referee has got a monitor in front of him. He looked at this 3 or 4 times before actually making the decision.
Yeah.
And if anybody was going to be excluded there, you would have thought that it would have been Nicki, but all 4 riders, you could have accepted it.
Yeah, I would have accepted that, but he's interpreted it that Lee Adams has knocked Nicki Pedersen off the bike.
Well, you may have heard some language from Lee Adams, which may have caused offence there. We apologise for that. I'm sure you understand it's heat of the moment stuff. And he must feel... Well, I said Nicki Pedersen, we were looking at
there's
that.
No doubt there's plenty of sympathy for Lee Adams in this circumstances. There's no doubt also that Nicki Pedersen's going to get one hell of a reception when he comes back out on track, that's for sure. I think people are aghast at the decision that the referee's made. You can see, I know where he's come from because he's just seen Lee Adams running out slightly wide, but Pedersen turns sharply halfway to the first corner and literally tries to get across in front of him, but he's behind him. And a bit of good fortune for the world champion here, under the most amount of pressure, I suspect, for at least a season and a half.
And I can tell you as well that 1 or 2 security people have been called to go around the referee's area because the fans are shouting all sorts of abuse at the referee. He's having a bad night. Is Marek Wojciech from Poland.